Well, good morning all of you. So let's get started with today's class. In the previous class, we saw a few of the shortcut techniques through which we can prove that two triangles are congruent. So we are further going to continue with that. We will see some more theorems or postulates which will help us to prove that the two triangles are congruent without having to prove all the three sides and three angles. We will just see those. We are going to see angle, side, and we are also going to see angle, side, angle. Okay, so we are going to see a couple of combinations through which we can prove that triangles are congruent. The angle, side, and angle, side, angle. Before that, let's see proving two triangles are congruent with two angles. Just try to think about if two angles are in one triangle are congruent to two angles in other triangle. What can you say about the third angle? Okay, what can you say about the third angle? If two angles are congruent to two angles in the other triangle, then what can you say about the third angle? Okay, use your chat and tell your answers. What can you say about the third angle? Whenever we have two angles congruent, the third angle also become congruent. Most of you said they were same, but if they are same, then they are going to be congruent. That's what two angles, if they measure same angle, we know they are going to be congruent angles. Okay. Let's see the next slide. Okay, the first postulate that we are studying today. In the previous class you saw SAS postulate, and you saw SSS postulate, and you saw HL congruency theorem. Okay, you had seen SAS. If two side and an included angle of one triangle are congruent to two side and included angle of the other triangle, then both the triangles are congruent. That was your SAS. Then you saw side postulate, which says that if three sides of one triangle are congruent to three sides of any other triangle, then both the triangles are congruent. And you saw HL congruency theorem, which says that whenever we have a right triangle, if hypotenuse and leg of one triangle are congruent to hypotenuse and leg of the another right triangle, then both the right triangles are congruent. Okay, this is your angle, side, angle. This time you have two angles and an included side. If two angles of one triangle and an included side between them are congruent to two corresponding angles and the included side of another triangle, then the two triangles are congruent. Okay, let's see this particular example. See here, in this particular figure, I have side ED, which is the included side between these two angles, which are congruent to these two angles. Same way, this is your side which is included. Side ED is congruent to side RQ. Angle EDF is congruent to angle RQT. Angle DEF is congruent to angle QRT. And we can conclude that triangle ABC is congruent to triangle FEC by angle, side, angle postulate. And the way ABC was written, we got to choose the corresponding letter. The A is, we have, okay, let me make this change. This particular statement is wrong. So we will have triangle FED based on the figure congruent to F is located between the angles with two arcs and one arc. So here I should have angle T, and E has two arcs, so R has two arcs, and D has one arc, Q has one arc. So this will be one of the correct answers of congruency. Okay, by ASA postulate you can conclude triangle FED is congruent to triangle TRQ. Let's see the next slide. Let's do this particular proof. As usual, I'll be writing the statement and I'll give you a chance to write the reasons for each of the statement. Whenever you have reasons, you just list them in your chat. I'm just going to write the statements and reasons for this particular proof. Statements on the left and reasons on the right. WU is parallel to YV, comma XU is parallel to ZV, comma WX is congruent to YZ. That's what was given, and always given is our first step. The next step, I have these two lines which are parallel, so I'm just going to say that angle VZY is congruent to angle UXW, and I want you all to write the reason in your chat for this. Same way, I'm also going to say that angle VYZ is congruent to UWX, angle UWX. Write the reasons for these two, and based on, I'll be writing the final step after this, which is nothing but you write the reasons for these two. The next step is your final step, and you have to write the reason for that as well. So use your chat and tell me the reasons for second, third and fourth step. So the fourth step is triangle WXU is congruent to triangle YZV. So use your chat and tell the answers for second, third and fourth step. As you all listed out, second reason was corresponding angle postulate, corresponding angle congruency postulate. Angle congruency postulate. For the third as well, it's the same reason, corresponding angle congruency postulate. I'm just writing POS for postulate in short. And the last one, you can see here, this angle was congruent to this particular angle, and we got this particular angle congruent to this particular angle. You can see it's forming a pattern of ASA. So observe here, this is like your A, then you come across a side in a triangle, then you have an angle. So if you just observe one triangle, you will see the pattern of ASA, and you can give the reason as ASA triangle congruency postulate. I'm writing triangle in short form, triangle congruency postulate. And once again I'm writing postulate in short, POS. Okay, ASA triangle congruency postulate is the correct answer. Let's see the next slide. We saw angle side angle. Same way we have one more, angle side triangle congruency postulate. If two angles of one triangle and a non-included side are congruent to two corresponding angles and the corresponding side of another triangle, then the two triangles are congruent. What does that mean? So for example, I have here two angles, angle A and angle D, congruent, angle C is congruent to angle F, and the included side was AC and DF. We don't have to have the included side, but the non-included side, that is your either BC or AB, either ED or EF, any one of them is congruent, then we can say it is both the triangles are congruent by AAS, triangle congruency postulate. In this case, we have BC is congruent to EF, and angle BAC is congruent to angle EDF, angle BCA is congruent to EFD. Therefore, these two triangles are congruent by angle side angle congruency postulate, triangle congruency postulate. Let's see if these vertices are listed correctly. A, B, C. A had one arc, here D has one arc, so no problem. B has two arcs, E has two arcs, so that's right. C has two arcs and F has two arcs, so this particular statement is correct. Triangle ABC is congruent to triangle DF. Let's see the next slide. I'll do one proof and then we will see a few problems based on this. Same way as usual, I'll be writing the statement and then I'll give you a chance to write the reasons for this particular proof as well. Statements on the left and I'll write reasons on the right. To start with, the first step is always what is given. Angle B is congruent to angle D, and I have angle DAE is congruent to angle BEA. This was first step which was given. The second step, you have two angles which are congruent. I need this side. Let's see what side I can find. I can't say BA is congruent to DE, nothing is given. I can't say AD is congruent to BE, that is also not given. But I can say AE is congruent to AE. So list out the reason for that. I'm saying AE is congruent to AE. Use your chat and list the reason for this. And I have two angles and then sides, so I'm just concluding. Triangle ABC is congruent to triangle EDC. Use your chat and list the reasons for second and third step. As you all listed out in chat, second reason, whenever we are speaking about the same segment and we are saying congruent, so reflexive property of congruent segment is correct. Reflexive property of congruent segment. Okay, for the last one, we have these two angles congruent, we have these two angles congruent, and we are speaking about this side. Let's observe one particular triangle and see what pattern it forms. You have this angle, I'm looking at triangle BAE. I have this angle in and this angle involved, and then we have this side. I'm not speaking about side BE, which is the included side. I'm speaking about side EE, and the pattern formed is AAS. So you will say angle side. You can't say ASA. AAS is the correct answer. You can't say ASA. The side is not included. AAS, triangle congruency postulate. I hope this is clear. Let's see the next slide. Okay, all of you are going to use chat once again and tell the reason you're going to give the triangle congruency statement and also tell the reason. I'm going to do the first one, then I'll give you chance for the second and third. I have this particular angle congruent to this particular angle, and I have this angle and then side. Okay, so if I observe one triangle, I see AAS, so I'll just say AAS postulate as the reason in short form, and let me give this statement as well. Triangle TNS congruent to triangle. In place of T with one arc I have U, with N with two arc we have H here, UHS. Triangle TNS is congruent to triangle UHS. So use your chat for the second and third. Okay, I'll give you exactly a minute or so. You have to give the triangle congruency statement and also the reason for why they are going to be congruent, or you can say they are not congruent also. Okay. Use your chat once you have the answer, but list this second or third so that I know which one you are doing. Well, we have answer for the second one, so let's see here. Your friend said that it was SAS. SAS, or what did they say? I see SAS. Okay, let's check that. I have this particular side, I agree, but I don't have the any other side which is mentioned. I have these two angles which are congruent, which is given, but I know these two are parallel, right? So which means I can say these two angles are also congruent. I can't say anything about the side. The arrow mark doesn't indicate the sides are equal. They indicate they are parallel, and NL will act as the transversal, and the angles which are marked in green with two arcs, they will become alternate interior angles, and alternate interior angles are congruent whenever we have a two parallel lines. So this will become ASA, and I can say that KLN, triangle KLN is congruent to triangle. In place of K I have M. L had one arc, in this particular with one arc I have N, and with two arc I have L. So triangle KLN is congruent to triangle MNL. Well, if you try the third one, I'm just going to give you some time to see what you have for the third one. Let's check the third one. Absolutely right. Majority if you listed it was SAS, so we'll use different color this time so that we can. I have this particular side. I'm just saying only one triangle, and then in triangle TXZ I have this angle which is included, and then I have a side. So it forms a pattern of SAS, triangle congruency postulate, and we'll list the triangles. Triangle TXZ is congruent to triangle. In place of T with 3 hash line and 1 hash line is V. In place of X we have Y, and in place of Z we have W. Okay, this is not the only correct triangle congruency postulate. This is not the only correct triangle congruency statement. You may have the others. I've just given one of them. Okay, let's see the last two. Use your chat for the fourth and fifth problems as well. Whenever you have the answer for fourth and fifth, you can use chat and tell me the reason if they are congruent, and also tell me the triangle congruency statement. So for the fourth one, your friend suggested it was ASA. That's going to be right, because we have an angle here, and this was your parallel side because we have a arrow mark. So alternate interior angles will be congruent, and we have this particular side which is common to both, so that will be congruent by reflexive property. And if you observe one of the triangle, it will form a pattern of angle, side and angle. So ASA, triangle congruency postulate, is right. And let's see the, let me not write this as I have not written for others. ASA, triangle congruency postulate, is the correct one. Let's see the statement. I am just writing one of the correct statements. Triangle DAB is congruent to triangle. In place of D I can say triangle B. In place of A I can have C. And instead of B with two arcs I have D, triangle BCD. Okay. All of you try the fifth one and I'll check your answers if you have the fifth one. Fourth one, all of you are right. Try the fifth one. Okay, well, let's check the answer for the fifth one. You don't have to pick the triangles which you cannot make congruent, but I can say these are vertical angles, right? So they will be congruent. The vertical angles are going to be congruent. Now if I observe triangle BEC and triangle AED, I'll be able to say they are congruent by AAS. AAS, because I have an angle, angle and a side. Angle, angle and a side. AAS congruency, and I can say triangle BEC is congruent to, instead of B I can use A, instead of E I will have E itself, instead of C it is D, AED. Okay, triangle BEC is congruent to triangle AED. If you have any questions, doubt about today's class, you can ask. You have rest of the class time to work on the quiz which is there on the hub. So log in and get started with the quiz, and in case you have any questions, any problem, just use chat. Okay, you have rest of the class time to work on the quiz.